Hello everybody and welcome to FinTech Futures. My name is Tyler Paith and you're watching our Sibos series for Beijing 2024. Lots of exciting news and developments coming out of the conference this year in Beijing. First and foremost, I'm here today with Vivek Ramachandran of HSBC. Vivek, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So great to be here.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here. We've got a lot of interesting things to discuss during our interview today. But before we get going, why don't you give our audience just a little bit of a reminder of who you are and what your position is at HSBC, please?
Okay, so I'm Vivek Ramachandran and I lead HSBC's Global Trade Solutions business. HSBC was founded as a trade bank and it still remains the heart of what we do as a global bank. So it's a privilege to lead our business based out of London. We've got over 5,000 professionals who cover trade from the full spectrum of solutions, from documentary trade to structured solutions to embedded finance.
Fantastic. Well, you're right at the core of the operations. Heading to Sibos this month, which is going to be very exciting in Beijing.
Yes.
The theme this year is connecting the future of finance. What does that theme mean to a bank like HSBC, and how will HSBC be promoting that message through its attendance this year?
I mean, what's clear is the world of commerce is moving a lot faster than banking historically has. So for us, it means three things in particular. Firstly, it means digitizing and automating traditional trade. So we've demonstrated that you can now issue LCs STP'd or guarantees STP'd and trade loans fully automated. So it's automation, digitization, both within our own ecosystem and in partnership. The second is genuinely structured solutions. Working capital and business models are changing so quickly that our clients are looking for structured solutions, both payables and receivables, but also now increasingly inventory. And thirdly is embedded finance. Is finance embedded at the destination platform, embedded along the customer journey? So those are the three big themes. And if I had to add a fourth which cuts across all three, it's sustainability. The future of finance is sustainable finance. And no more is it more important than in decarbonizing supply chains and changing behaviors there.
I definitely agree with those four themes that you've just put forward. I think the embedded finance would be quite an interesting one to watch out for at this year's event. I definitely got my eye on a few panel sessions that I will be attending. And automation as well, as you mentioned, the need for technology to be seamless and sort of almost invisible in a way, and to be integrated into the services that your clients use the most, I think is really important. With all those themes in tow then, what is HSBC going to be showcasing at this year's event?
So we're going to talk about the investments we've made in digitization STP. So we are now digitizing at scale. We've got over 35,000 customers migrated to our new platform called HTS, HSBC Trade Solutions. We're going to be showcasing our embedded finance solutions. So TradePay was launched last year. We've got well over $1 billion already funded in the platform in approximately a year. A partnership with TradeShift. We've launched a new joint venture to embed financing in procurement platforms, and a partnership with Dow to finance merchants on e-commerce platforms. So a lot of excitement in terms of what we're doing. It's not just pilots, it's actually doing it at scale and in anger.
We did a little bit of a coverage of your partnership with TradeShift. I thought it was really, really interesting.
It's super exciting because if you think about how companies buy and sell, financing should not require them to leave that journey. You would like it at the point of receiving a purchase order or at the point of submitting an invoice to be able to click once and get financing at that point. But also requires us as banks to have much more digital onboarding and new data-based decisioning with new credit models. So it's moving the industry forward, and I think we are a better bank because of the challenges that we're overcoming to build embedded financing solutions.
You spoke a little bit there about digital onboarding and embedded finance solutions. How do you think the demands of your trade finance clients are evolving, and how is HSB stepping forward to meet that evolution? Is it through digital onboarding and other technologies?
It's both. I think the digital onboarding and digital decisioning is helping us expand the market we serve. But where we're also seeing a big push is existing clients requiring more structured solutions. If you think about global trade, give or take, there's around $30 trillion of global trade, and almost a third of that is trade in services rather than trade in goods. And when you're trading in services, your cash flow profile looks very different because your spend is upfront and typically you're charging service as a contract, software as a service, so multiple years to monetize that. So contract monetization solutions, taking the risk off your balance sheet and expanding the market with new partnerships requires the banks to innovate. So a lot more emphasis on structured solutions is where we are seeing our clients becoming demanding of us, in addition to new clients wanting to be served with smaller tickets, quicker journeys, completely embedded.
It's definitely a challenge that I think HSB is really stepping up to and has the capability to do so. As you mentioned, it's really a core function of the HSBC business, is its sort of trade function.
And what makes us unique and what we take a lot of pride in is not just the breadth of the network across countries, but the depth we go into. So when you look at supply chains, in most cases, we bank the buyer and the seller. So as companies look to change behaviors of their suppliers, either build resilience or to change sustainability incentives, they work with us in partnership. So we're also going to be showcasing at Sibos some of the sustainable supply chain finance innovations and some of the new partnerships that we've launched there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing those developments being showcased.
With real client examples.
With real client examples as well. It'd be fantastic. What a thing to bring to the table this year in Beijing. You know, I've been very fortunate enough to attend a few Sibos in my time.
Yes.
I was in Toronto last year. And one thing that really struck me is sort of how colourful and diverse some of the audience is in terms of, you know, are there fintechs there, there are banks, there are other shareholders. In terms of these collaborations between different sort of sides of the industry, how important do you think those conversations, those types of conversations are for enhancing trade finance solutions?
Hugely important. I mean, I've described trade as the last analog frontier in banking. Right? If we're going to change that, it's not one participant doing it. Yes, we can digitize within our ecosystem with our platforms, but really digitizing trade requires not just fintech partnerships and bank partnerships, but partnerships all through the ecosystem, shippers, freight forwarders, corporates, of course, everyone coming to the table. And now we are hugely encouraged by also seeing regulators and governments stepping in. So the UK passed the Electronic Trade Documentation Act. France adopted the UN model law for electronic transfer of records. So I think a digital trade future is within our grasp in the next 5-10 years, and collaboration will be the only way we achieve that.
So in 2024, when you step through the doors of Sibos, what technologies will you be keeping your eye out for?
So the bit which we're really interested in is actually how data is going to be used to this ecosystem. Because digitizing trade, yes, you remove paper and you make it more efficient, but what it does more positively is put all the data in one place. And that will help remove inefficiencies in other ways and create new business models. So technologies that actually leverage data, and it doesn't have to just be generative AI, it could be predictive or prescriptive AI. Those technologies are going to be hugely interesting to observe.
Well, how fascinating. Well, Vivek, it's been a pleasure to sit down and speak with you today. I could speak with you all day, but I realise you're on a very busy schedule this week. So thank you so much for joining us.
A real pleasure.
Today.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody who's joined along online. If you'd like to hear more about HSBC's latest developments or what's going down at Sibos 2024 in Beijing this year, then please visit fintechfutures.com. My name's been Tyler Paith. Until next time, goodbye.